Well, good morning. Welcome back to Central Ontario. It's a little bit crisp this morning, about -5 degrees Celsius here in Central Ontario. Old man winter's certainly taking his time sneaking in this year. Last year he came with a vengeance, but this year he's kind of taking his time. Anyways, a little bit of snow again overnight, and obviously some winds last night. Didn't have much going on, but came in late last night and found a couple of trees down over my driveway through the forest. So, gonna fire up the ATV and grab a trailer and my chainsaw and get up there and clear that out. And as I mentioned before, my neighbor's on a boiler, so I'm gonna see if there's any good wood out of that for him, and then cut it up and haul it over to his place and maybe split it with him and get it piled. Okay, so if you're not doing much, grab a coffee and come along for the ride. Thanks. So we're going to take her up the driveway, tackle out those two trees. Beautiful country up here, I got to tell you. I love it, but of course it comes at a price, and that price is usually when you're tired and you don't want to do anything, you end up with a couple of trees down. But all good, all good. We got her fixed up, no problem. Grab our gas can, some mix, and then we're going to head up there. Well, she's not a big tree by any means, but certainly blocking the driveway, and hopefully I get enough wood out of that it'll help my neighbor out. Let's take a closer look. Alrighty, well, I guess Christmas came early. I already got a tree for the house. Anyway, it's not a huge tree, but what I'm going to do, now that I've got my grapple with my tractor, I'm just going to shave down all these branches, throw them off into the side, because I can pick them up in the spring with the grapple and get rid of them, and see what I can get out of wood for my neighbor, and cut this thing up and load it up and take it down the concession to his place. And if we have time today, we'll do some splitting and pack them as well. All right. Alrighty, got her trimmed up, and I've got it marked out where my buddy uses 16-inch lengths, so I like to mark them out nice for him, so that way the wood piles nice and even, and it burns. He's got a good idea how much to throw in his boiler. You'll notice I had to take my safety glasses off. Not a big fan, but it's you got to be able to see in this type of weather. Those glasses fog up real quick, so I'll try to be a little more careful, but I've got to be able to see it, so I'm gonna have to go without safety glasses. But so far so good. I think we got a good run of wood for him, and I'm just gonna cut this thing up, and then we'll pile it up in the trailer, take her on over. Okay, so got it pretty much cleaned up. Gonna just tidy up a little bit around, kick the stuff off of the road, and then head on over to Guy's place and see if we can chop them up. Okay, well, looks like we've the wood splitter's been put away for the winter, and it's been bled and drained. So what I'm just going to do is pile that wood here. That way we can leave it with the rest of the wood, and if he needs it, we can split it up when the time comes, and then get it to dry out a little bit easier. Anyways, folks, hope it was a good afternoon. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me. He wasn't planning on doing much this weekend, but as you know, when you're living in the forest, there's always something to do. And when you least expect it, there's a tree or two down. Anyways, have a great week. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you again.